Len's been at school since I've been here, so we're talking 22 years. We've had lots of connections along the way. Our main connection, buddy, is through the Staff Association, because we've both been members of that for a long time, and we really support teachers supporting others, and that's a great way and an association to be part of.
I first met Len in 1986 as a member of what's now called the Commercial Studies Department. So from 1986 through the present, so what's that? I'm in my 37th year of knowing Leonard Nixon.
I've known Lenny for 25 years. Pretty much as soon as I started at Barker, I got to know Lenny. What a great man.
I've known Len since 2001, and I really got to know him from about 2003 when we coached the second 15 together for 3 years. Had a lot of fun. I learned a lot from him during that time.
I've known Len since 2006 when Len was running the AIS PD through for commerce, and I met Len at the state government parliament, and Len was amazing. I thought he was just absolutely the duck's nuts teacher, and at that time I was a young whippersnapper. And Len, typical Len, would be very generous and offer his email, and yeah mate, email me, and I emailed him. I think I must have emailed him about 15 times and got no response, which is typical Len. So yeah, met Len in 2006, and then actually when I came over to Barker College, prior to taking the job, I actually said to Sue Field that I didn't feel like I was up to the task of teaching alongside Len, and actually turned down the job. And Sue Field actually talked me into the fact that Len's not actually that scary. Yes, he's an excellent practitioner, but he's not that scary. And I took the job, and I've been his boss ever since. And it's been the best thing for my teaching.
I've known Lenny for 17 years, and he's helped me numerous times with support in me learning.
Memories of Leonard Nixon. Len has been a part of my life, so it's very difficult to distinguish, one memory, two memories, three memories. So I came here 86, and Len was then I think he might have been first 15 coach then. He was also the coordinator of careers, and he was also a member of the economics department. So I would think the ongoing memory, it's not just one memory, but of a person who was concerned for his colleagues.
Yeah, there were certainly some times when Len was pretty determined to drag quite a few players from the team for minor mistakes, and we'd have to try and just distract him a little bit to keep him under control. But a lot of fun was had.
He's incredibly supportive. He's always happy to come and tell you how to be better at teaching, and he's always really shown me the importance of putting students first in everything that we do here.
I was very fortunate to have Len as my Year 11 economics teacher, and I loved that subject. He was a very engaging teacher. And that wasn't just my experience; that was the whole class. Fun, very knowledgeable on the subject, I loved that class. The best experience I had with Len was definitely in Year 12 in general studies, which I don't think is offered as a course anymore. There's kind of legal studies now and different kind of studies, but in those days there was the opportunity to do 1 unit of general studies. If I could have done 3 units, I would have. But yeah, Len was our teacher in Year 12. I loved that subject, and he was just such an amazingly engaging, interested kind of teacher. We talked about anything and everything. World politics, global politics, nuclear disarmament, euthanasia, a lot of stuff, social issues we're still grappling with now, First Nations rights and recognition, a whole range of stuff. And that passion and that interest I still have to this day. I'm interested in those. I work in some of those areas on a voluntary basis. And that was definitely partly at least ignited by general studies in Year 12.
I wouldn't even know where to start. Just watched him get a bit slower going up the hill. That's a solid one. Moseying around, checks into classes every now and then, but just a genuine good fella.
He's just always been there. He's been part of my Barker journey since I've been here. And yeah, I've learnt so much. We haven't had a close teaching relationship because this school is so big and we're not in the same department, but he's been there, and I've known that I've always been able to call on him, talk to him, learn from him, and that's been a great experience, and it's part of the wonder of being at Barker, to be able to call on such great experiences and teachers to help you be better.
One of my favourite memories of Len is actually one just recently. We had a member of staff take an ill turn and actually collapsed and needed first aid, and Len in his true fashion wanted to help out, so Len actually got a makeshift pillow for this young member of staff and ran straight over his desk and grabbed his swimmers that were hanging up drying and put those under this person's head to use as a pillow. When this staff member came to and actually woke up, they realised what was being used as a pillow and they were quite horrified. But I think that's what encapsulates what Len is and does. He doesn't think about anything else apart from being generous and supportive. So thank you, Len. That one brought me much joy.
What I love about Lenny and the memories I've got is his wonderful commitment to sport. Never let us down, whether it was water polo coaching, whether it was rugby coaching. He was always there for the boys and just worked tirelessly. What a champion.
There are certain memories that sort of stick in my mind about Len. One is his laughter. He most often has a smile on his face and he has a big boisterous laugh. Or maybe that's just me because I'm quite funny around him. But also the one thing that sticks in my mind about Len is his generosity. He is very generous just at heart, whether it be with his resources, with coffee, giving you bottles of wine on your birthday, or just his generous spirit. And I think that's one of the things that sticks in my mind about him.
The kind of 7 a.m. fitness, what I'd call boot camps. And I loved them. It was great. It was just part of kind of football training. Len was there doing it with us. He was extremely fit and kind of led the charge, as it were. And that has definitely stayed with me. I was thinking about this and I still train 3 days a week. I still go to the gym 3 days a week, and kind of that fitness training, health has really stayed with me, and that was definitely something that Len had a shape in kind of developing, and so I'm still the kind of beneficiary of that to this day. Len encouraged critical debate, critical thinking, openly kind of listening to people's views, and that certainly helped me with my law degree, and it certainly helped me be an effective lawyer. So that 1 unit of general studies, ironically, was a pretty critical subject. It was for 1 year and it was for 1 unit, but interestingly had a everlasting kind of impact, and that was in no small part due to Len's style of teaching.
I think it's the joy and enthusiasm that he had for all things business. It was definitely an amazing experience to have all the theory and him really drive home, this happens in the real world. This is exciting. Make sure that you take advantage of all of the things you're learning here and go out into the world and use it.
I'd have to say almost every week, with the insightful, honest comments that he gives you about the students in his class.
Well, this is a prop that I made earlier. Glenn is renowned for asking people about the why. So I'm going to call him my Yoda, because other people call him the father of Barker, but I want Len to be known as Yoda Len, because that's a wise person and he's a favourite of mine. And do or do not, but always be able to say why is what I would like Len to be known as.
Oh, yeah. You can hear him muttering this when he's marking. It starts off as a mutter, and then it becomes clearly audible that verbosity should be taxed and not subsidised. He doesn't like the kind of answer that goes on and on and on, and it's just all padding, and it'll start, grumbling around, and after about half an hour, it becomes, bursting out. So, yeah, verbosity should be taxed and not subsidised.
There's a few. One of them is it simply goes like this. He says that a lot, or in that case there.
One of my favourites is, and I know this will need a visual cue, but this is me tapping on a table. See this? smarter and more functional. That can be used in so many contexts.
Life's good, just keep punching.
So I was thinking about Len, and he's been here for 45 years, and it got me thinking about some of the things that have come to pass since Len began teaching here at Barker. And I've made a bit of a list. Calculators, the internet, laptops, streaming services, board shorts, bank transfers, bothering to mark your electronic roll, Wikipedia, fitness trackers, political correctness, online report writing, and of course the mute button on a Teams call. Len, despite having had nearly 45 years at this, is yet to master any of these things.
Leonard Nixon, congratulations on 45 years here at the College of Knowledge. Looking forward to being able to come back and congratulate you on your 50th. You've had 45 years of making a contribution, not just to the students, but also to the entire teaching staff, for whom you have been a great colleague. Congratulations, and as I say, we'll look forward to your retirement in 5, 6, 7 years' time, if ever.
On behalf of us, Len, and all the students that you teach, thank you for all you do and continue to do in commercial studies. We honour the work that you've done, and if we're half as good as you are, then all good. Thanks, Len.
Thanks, Len.
Len, happy 45 years, and I'm sure we will catch up in the very near future.
I would say to Len, thank you, Len. Thank you for your dedication and your service to Barker and the wider community that you've had over the years. The impact you've had is enormous, and so many of us can credit our fundamentals in business and learnings to your classes.
So if I could say something nice to Len, I'd just like to say thank you for all the guidance he's given me over the last few years, all the successes that I've achieved as a teacher. He's definitely been a direct contributor to. And if it's not too much trouble, Len, if I could get the feedback on that assessment I submitted in 2014 for uni, that'd be great. Thanks, mate, and hopefully here's to another 45 years.
Len, 45 years. That's a big time standing in a busy place like this. So congratulations, my friend.
Hi Len, on behalf of the middle school team, we just want to say congratulations for 45 amazing years.
Lenny, congratulations, 45 years. There were some times on the sidelines of the rugby field where we didn't think you'd make it to 45, but you have, so congratulations.
Congratulations, Len. I've always really admired you as a teacher and as a coach.
I first met you in 1991 when I was appointed the junior school sportsmaster, and it was apparent on my first day you thought very highly of your students and you always placed them first. And most importantly, you're a friendly person and a very welcoming person, and I believe that continues to this day, and that's why your role in the College of Teachers has been so effective.
You are absolutely incredible with what you do, because you're not a person who's satisfied with what's going on. You always need to find a way to improve it. You make the most of every opportunity, and for that we are always grateful and appreciative.
I remember coming to the senior school in '97, and unfortunately I didn't have the pleasure of having you as a teacher or as a coach. Since coming back and working here, mate, you've been absolutely unbelievable with your help in Barker sport, water polo and rugby. And on a personal note, you know, I'm always coming to you for words of wisdom and a bit of a laugh, and I do always leave our little chats with a big smile on my face. So thank you so much, mate, and all the best.
Thank you for everything that you have done and all that you've been to so many people around our community, both students and parents and staff alike. And thank you also for being so willing to share your wisdom and insights in all that you've done over many, many years. Really appreciate it. God bless.
Hi Len, on a personal note, I'd like to say thank you so much for looking after me way back in 1986 when I started here, and you helped me work particularly with all of those boarders over in the Avenue. They were fun times indeed. So congratulations for 45 years here at beautiful Barker College.
G'day Len, it's great to be able to say a few words about you. I think we first met in 1997. You were the one who's responsible for me still being here because you did my very first classroom observation, which I remember fondly, and thankfully you wrote nice things. lots and lots of things remind me of you. I think the pastoral manner in which you spoke to the kids that when we coach footy, get up! But I think my favourite saying that you have is never lose your sense of wonder. The other thing that we thought is what's provided you longevity over 45 years? I think those embracing or bracing morning swims in the ocean, it's got to do something for you and make you feel like you're alive. Mate, thank you for everything. You're a legend.
When students return to the school, they often come to the chapel and have a look through there, or go down to Number 1 Oval and go for a walk around. And they love to talk about the school, the way that it was back in their day and the way that it is now. They love to talk about former students and former staff. And without a shadow of a doubt, they always mention Lenny Nixon, and there's often a good Lenny Nixon story without a shadow of doubt. Lenny Nixon has been here for 45 years. For 31 years, I shared that journey with him. And I just want to say, well done, good and faithful servant. Lenny, 45 years at Barker and still going strong. Blessings upon you, my friend, my colleague, our tribal elder.
Well, Lenny, congratulations, 45 years, my goodness. I just can't say thank you enough for what you've done for me over the years, the many years. But mate, you've blown me away with your unselfishness, to think the times that you spent even going up into the country areas to help kids with business studies and lecturing, to Newcastle High and places like that. It's just a testament of what you love the game of teaching, and what you give us is just so much motivation to do the right thing. Mate, 45 years, keep going, buddy.
Well, to Len Nixon, father of the house, congratulations, 45 extraordinary years. On behalf of all the heads of Barker College, of whom I am the least, thank you. I think you were here with Plume, weren't you? I heard rumours that you were here with Plume. Anyway, there was some geriatrics in a wheelchair the other day. So is Mr. Nixon still there? Oh yes, he is. Barker wouldn't be Barker without you, Len. So congratulations, enormous appreciation for everything you've done. Keep being the father of the house. One day you'll be the Mayor of Hornsby Shire Council. That's something to look forward to. Thank you.